So hello and welcome to 5 at 5 powered by IDFC First Bank. Matchday -2 here at the Sinhalese Sports Club in Colombo. Team India hit the ground running as far as their preparations are concerned for this second game. A game where they will aim to defeat Sri Lanka and clean sweep them and take one step forward towards their WTC final dream. A lot has happened today. There's a focus. There's a intense focus on pitch. Sairaj Bahutule's press conference, India spin bowling's coach's press conference also happened. Most of the questions were around Kuldeep Yadav. So let's start with Kuldeep Yadav itself. Shamikda, everyone almost asked about different things around Kuldeep Yadav, but in none of the answers did Sairaj Bahutule commit on playing Kuldeep Yadav for the second test.
Exactly, Shubhan. I mean, that press conference was, very Kuldeep Yadav, which was expected. And the answers came along the expected lines. Basically, he had to be non-committal. But I think there is a hint, if I am allowed to read between the lines, when he said that Sri Lankan team, the way they have they have come up with their squad for the second test match, and given the batsmen they have, we have to check, we have to see, we have to look into that, and we'll decide the combination, because he didn't out and out rule out Saransh Jain's inclusion.
Yes, he did say when I asked him about Sri Lanka adding two more left-handers to their batting unit and whether that makes a case for Saransh Jain, he did say that he's in contention. He did not rule out Saransh Jain completely from a possible debut. Devashis, what did you observe of Saransh Jain? Was very involved in looking at the pitch, having conversations with Ravindra Jadeja, bowled along with Jadeja and Manav Sutar. So your observations of Saransh Jain and his body language around this.
In fact, the spin bowling coach spent the maximum time with Saransh Jain.
Yes.
So that is a clear indicator that the team management is getting him ready. We cannot say match day -2 jump the gun and say that he is definitely playing, but definitely those are indications that he might very well be a possibility to get in, perhaps in place of Kuldeep Yadav.
Will it be surprising for you?
No, I don't think so. I don't
if
think
the
so.
team management drops someone like a Kuldeep?
See, there's two ways of looking at it. Obviously, would you drop someone who has done so well for India, but of late he hasn't looked like going through a batting lineup. So that is one of the reason. And also, you pick someone, you should give him. You don't want another Abhimanyu Ishwaran or a Sarfaraz Khan to happen. Abhimanyu Ishwaran, we all know, whatever his ability is,
still made his debut.
Debut, but Abhimanyu Ishwaran, you pick someone, you should give him, I won't say a fair, ample opportunity, but at least try him if there's an case for him.
Absolutely. Weber, were you surprised? Were you surprised to not see Kuldeep Yadav in this practice session? Although the spin bowling coach did confirm that they had asked for rest and they are fit and fine. But Saransh Jain, Kuldeep Yadav, were you surprised to not see Kuldeep Yadav, especially after the kind of performance he had in Gaul?
Definitely, the first thing that we did was we were trying to find where exactly Kuldeep Yadav is, and the moment we got to know that he's not arrived with the team along with KL Rahul, it's a full. It was not an optional practice session, so you expect Kuldeep Yadav to know. Also, that he didn't bowl a lot of overs. He was under bowled. We have been talking about this, that he bowled the least number of overs of all the spinners that took part in that test match. So why Kuldeep Yadav didn't turn up for practice? That was a big question, but now since the team management is saying rest, I don't know what kind of what exactly they mean when they say rest, because when you haven't bowled a lot of overs as a spinner, when you are only fielding, I don't know why if a Manav Sutar who has bowled the most number of overs was here turning up for the practice session, Ravindra Jadeja, then why not a Kuldeep Yadav? Again, it raises an eyebrow that what exactly team management is trying to do with Kuldeep Yadav. And if he misses out, then obviously it will be Saransh Jain. Saransh Jain will be the one, and he looked good today again in the practice session. The first delivery that he bowled to Shubman Gill, he beat the outside edge of Shubman Gill. So again, we have been saying this since the first practice session, that Saransh is turning the ball against both left-handers and right-handers, is creating different angles, and given that bulk of the scoring from the Sri Lankan team was done by the left-handers, definitely Saransh Jain becomes an option. And also you have to keep in mind that he can bat as well. So if he plays, he is your he's a more than a good enough batter at number 9.
Shamik, Saraj also spoke about how it is extremely difficult, more difficult for a wrist spinner to get something off the wicket when the ball is old, when the pitch is slow. That signals to me around the team management thinking about another finger spinner, which perhaps has become a trend on Sri Lankan side. Of the wicket, which Kuldeep unfortunately failed in goal. Uh, was that a clear indication to you that the team management might just go for a finger spinner, then again give Kuldeep Yadav one more chance?
Shubhan, I'm coming to that, but before that, my dose of the news bit regarding Kuldeep Yadav. Whether Kuldeep Yadav will play this test match or not, the call will be taken by Shubman Gill and Shubman Gill alone. That's what I'm told. Shubman Gill, this is Shubman Gill's team, make no mistake. He has complete control of this team. And Shubman Gill, it is about whether if Shubman Gill thinks he still has confidence in Kuldeep Yadav. And I want to clarify this is nothing to do with any personal animosity or anything. It can happen to any player with any captain. It can happen to anybody. So it is going to be a totally out and out 100% Shubman Gill's call. If he feels that he will play Kuldeep Yadav, he still has confidence in Kuldeep Yadav in these conditions. Kuldeep Yadav will play. Otherwise, Saransh Jain will play. And Sairaj is absolutely right. I mean, it is about the leg spin. Leg spin comes from wrists. And leg spin, basically, when you are gripping that ball, your seam is flatter. Your seam is flatter, pointed towards the ground. So it is basically the horizontal side. And you are giving the rev by rotating your wrist. Finger spinner, a classical finger spinner, when he takes the ball, it is about still the seam is upright, and a classical off spinner grips the ball this way with the seam pointing towards the keeper or the slip. Because if you are not imparting overspin, you are not like taking the ball this way. So from that point of view, it is about your fingers. If it is for a finger spinner, it is your fingers doing the trick. That is giving the kick. So, and in that case, when it is, and a finger spinner sort of sits up. Wrist spinner, Sairaj Bhautila, India leg spinner. So, I mean, he knows in the art of spin bowling inside out, and that's why he said that it is how difficult it becomes for a wrist spinner when the ball gets softer. And what we saw in the first test also, it was a completely different game when the ball became softer.
Absolutely, and that's what the spin bowling coach once again reiterated, that it's not easy for any of the spinners to bowl with the older ball. It's just not that. Not only about Kuldeep Yadav, but all the spinners struggle to bowl or impart the kind of damage they could have done with the newer ball than the older ball. But Devashish, coming to the Indian practice session, other bits and other pieces of from the nets. Rishabh Pant, Shubman Gill, their camaraderie seems to be going on a different level. I was watching their nets. When they were taking on spinners, two very different kind of batters. One is a textbook, very traditional kind of a batter, and other one who does not follow any book. But both of them were smashing, sixes, which flew out of the stadium as well. This is a very small field of play, very small ground. Six hitting could be one thing which I would be looking forward to from someone like a Rishabh Pant, but Rishabh Pant, Shubman Gill did not get runs in the first test, so he would want to, get some runs under his belt. But whereas Rishabh Pant, that second innings knock has given him some more confidence, and he's looking in a very happy space right now.
Yeah, more than himself, I think the team management will also be happy with the fact that Rishabh Pant played that knock. Means it was just a push. Means I would say the kick that took away the match from Sri Lanka.
Yes. Otherwise, it would have been a tricky match.
Final push.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was nice to see both of them. In fact, one was observing the other bat,
Yes.
and this is what you want when you do. Means the camaraderie within the side. I spoke about the camaraderie within the team, and that is something that has been missing of late. but it's good to see the entire group. It's a new team.
That's what a
It's a very young
win-win
side.
can do.
I read your article. You also mentioned about this is a pretty young side, and obviously the captain leading from the front. And you want this camaraderie, because this is a long road. Means, if you are to make it to the World Test Championship final, you need such kind of healthy competition as well as camaraderie to win matches after matches. Means, and see, still far away. I won't jump the gun and say that Indian team has just won. Means it is very difficult at this point because New Zealand has a very good chance of making it to the WTC final. So as well as South Africa. For India, yes, they would take one series at a time. Obviously, their primary objective will be to win the series from here, and and for that you need contribution to everyone. It should not be just one or two players contributing, but as a whole. I think in goal we witnessed there has been contributions from everyone, be it a KL Rahul, a Devdutt Padikkal, a Manav Sutar, a Dhruv Jurel, a Rishabh Pant. So pretty well, and those crucial breakthroughs by Prasidh Krishna in the second inning, Mohammad Siraj in that first inning. So I think overall it has been a Ravindra Jadeja. We are forgetting Ravindra Jadeja's time. So this is what you want from a team if you are to do consistently do well.
Absolutely. Yes.
Shubhan, I have a question for you in the sense because you are covering the net station from the ground. I was at the praise box doing a Shubman Gill copy. So the way Saransh Jain bowled, what is your assessment? The way you have seen him at the nets?
He looked pretty good. He looked pretty good. Not only did he trouble both Rishabh and Shubman, which is a task for any spinner. I think he took a couple of edges of Rishabh's bat. A couple of LBW shouts from for against Shubman Gill as well. And when I spoke to Chandrakant Pandit, the MP coach, who actually gave Saransh Jain the longer rope in the MP team, he did talk about when Chandu Pandit asked him to start bowling from round the wicket to the right-handers. He was very reluctant to start doing that because that is seen as something which is defensive for spinners, especially in Indian subcontinent conditions. But that round the wicket angle has somewhat become his weapon in domestic cricket, and whatever we have seen him in India, he likes to bowl round the wicket to right-handers a lot, and which he started doing at the nets today as well, and he was troubling Shubman and Rishabh. Of course, Shubman and Rishabh, knowing the class batters that they smashed him a couple of times, but they were smashing everyone, be it Jadeja or Manav Sutar as well. So, but Saraj did give a very good impression. Sairaj Bhautule was particularly standing at that nets, watching the action unfold there. And as Devashis also said, he was having the maximum conversation with Saransh Jain. So, and his body language. I mean, the way he came and saw the pitch, he was visualizing there, doing some shadow bowling at the popping crease. So I think there has been some sort of messaging from the team management around Saranjan, and the early impressions of him watching at the nets, I think he's pretty decent. He's not bad at all, and has ample of experience in domestic circuit as well. So let's see how it goes for Saransh. But as you also said, it's Shubman Gill's call. It's going to be Shubman Gill's and Gautam Gambhir's call, and both were having a long discussion. I mean, around 30-40 minutes discussion after Shubman completed his batting. So I'm pretty sure this must be one of the biggest talking points.
If Shubman decides to play Kuldeep Yadav, hypothetically, then Gautam Gambhir will not overrule it.
Yes, of course, of course. I mean, that's captain's team, and I'm pretty sure Shubman, now as he's growing into that leadership role, he would want that grip into the calls, that as at least for the playing 11, that I want this playing 11. I'm planning to use a certain bowler like this, so my plan is this. So I don't think there will be too many disagreements right now, considering they have won the first test. Had the results been different in Gaul, I think the situation right now would have been completely different. But since they have won Gaul, they have watched how fickle Sri Lankan batting unit is. I'm pretty sure even if Kuldeep plays or Saransh plays, whoever plays, I think India are hot favourites to win this test match in Colombo. But Webber, your observation of other bits from the nets, what caught your eyes here in Colombo?
I think the intent against spinners, not just Shubman Gill and Rishabh Pant, even a Dhruv Jurel, Devdutt Padikkal was smashing a lot of balls down the ground. So I think a lot of players were trying to clear the ropes. I think it was very forceful. practice from the batters, because if you look at the ground dimensions, it's a pretty small pitch. What we said in the first game as well, they would want to bat only once, bat big and back deep. Then if you are playing a Saransh, then again you have another batting cushion at number 9. So I think the focus will be on to making big runs, and it's about dominating the spinners, because once the Kookaburra ball gets softer, as Sairaj Bhatule also said, it becomes tougher for the spinners to impart spin on that. So yeah, the focus was largely from the batting point of view. They were trying to smash the ball, especially the spinners. And if you look at the fast bowlers didn't bowl full tilt. Be it Prasidh Krishna, I didn't see him bowl at all. He was only watching from the front side.
He did bowl to Shubman.
He did bowl, but that was no full tilt session. It was
Pretty hot also.
yeah, it was only about Mohammad Siraj, Akib Nabi, and Gurnoor bowling. And best thing was, the way Dhruv Jurel was using his feet, because in that lower middle order, I think Dhruv Jurel's role will become much more like Rishabh Pant to attack the bowlers and make sure that the run rate is good, because it's a very small venue. So I think overall, largely the intent was good from the batting point of view. Spinners bowled really well. Saransh bowled really well. Mana was once again looking very threatening. So yes, these were the main takeaways from the practice session.
Shamikda, now if we just end our session by talking about the pitch. Yesterday we saw some watering happening here, but from today I have not seen the curators or the ground staff come and water the pitch even once, and it is completely left open under the sun and under this baking sun. It is extremely hot here in Colombo, extremely humid as well. Nothing like Gaul, where a soothing breeze
Exactly.
eases that heat a bit. But looking by how they have kept it open, the pitch, I'm pretty sure this might turn out to be a big turner.
Yes, and also, I think once again, I reiterate this. They made a mistake. Sri Lanka made a mistake not resorting to home advantage in goal, because on a good pitch, India are a better team any day of the week. On a lottery pitch, that margin gets reduced. It has happened for India against New Zealand and South Africa in the home series also. And this pitch, uh, Debashish has also said this, that there is a bit of grass cover. I think lawnmower would be in action this evening and also tomorrow. The grass should be shaped up because of this intense heat and humidity. If you completely shape up the grass at this moment in time, what happens? The topsoil will break.
Yes.
So, and in that case, the pitch might become completely underprepared, and the demerit points and everything will come into play from the ICC. So, I'm not taking chances. But Sri Lanka's only option is to lay out a lottery pitch, and I think if they are doing that, in that case this game might just become 60-40 or 55-45 in favor of India. It's not, I still not say 50-50 game, but 55. Otherwise, if you are playing on a good pitch, it is 70-30 India.
Yashita, looks like a day 3 or day 4 finish, not day 5.
Yeah,
Considering how they have kept
I
it
won't
open.
complain if it's a day 4 finish.
They'll get to
We
explore
all
Colombo. a bit.
want
You have been here how many days, Devashita? 40?
for more than 40 days now. So means I would be the first one to put my
Shall I
no
tell
no
you
no but then
which
but
award
then
should you
but if it I think if the wicket if there it no more watering is done, if lawnmower is in action, I think this pitch might prove to be difficult for every batter on this wicket. It's not just India, even for Sri Lanka batters might struggle, because
If Devashita, which batters, Indian batters, you would put your money on?
I think Devdutt Patikal looked lot assured. Devdutt Patikal looked lot assured in that first innings. In fact, both the innings, 211 runs, collectively. Yes, Rishabh Pant. In the second innings, obviously he did resort to a lot of sweep shots. I think sweep shot once again will come into play. And obviously this partnership will be key, Shubhan. But especially if the wickets is tumbling and if it is more turn on offer, you need to capitalize on winning the toss. Because batting first will be crucial in these conditions.
Right, right. Vaibhav, now a bit on Sri Lanka. You reported a couple of days back, I think, or yesterday, that Sri Lanka are making a couple of changes, bringing in two left-handers, and that's exactly what they announced today as well. So, thoughts on the Sri Lankan squad for the second test, and what changes can we expect from their side?
I think in order to counter that left arm spin, whether Kuldeep plays or not, they know that Manav Suthar and Ravindra Jadeja will be playing.
Hmm.
And if you look at their top order in the last game, all three batters were left-handers, right-handers. And to break that monotony, that's why they have brought in two left-handers. That itself means that Dinesh Chandimal is already out. He's not going to play. And so who will they back at number three? I don't think it is going to be Pasindu Surya Bandara, who made his debut as a concussion substitute in that test. I don't think it is going to be the case, because if they had that much confidence in him, then they wouldn't have got two left-handers in the team. I think it's just because they want to counter the threat of Manav Suthar and Ravindra Jadeja, and they saw Sonal Dinusha, Niroshan Dikwela being the most successful batters from their team. So I think it's about adding another left-hander, adding a left-hander in the top order. So I'm seeing one of Kamil Mishara or Sahanara Chige making his debut in the second test, and it's only about tackling the Manav Suthar and Ravindra Jadeja, two left-arm bowlers. Apart from that, I think the playing 11 would be the same. They could tempt towards bringing another spinner in Ramesh Mendes, who can add value with the bat as well. But we'll have to see. Then it will have to be only one pacer in Asita Fernando. In all likeliness, if they opt for three spinners, then Lahiru Kumara will miss out, and in place of Dinesh Chandimal, either of Kamil Mishara and Sahara Rachige will come in. Also, Sahan can also bowl some off spin, so he's more than a handy off spinner.
Shubham, what are the chances, just hypothetically? I mean, and it's a bit outlandish also, completely out of the box. If it is a lottery pitch, if it is absolutely bone dry pitch, what about India going with four spinners, just one fast bowler in Mohammad Siraj, and four spinners because Manav Suthar can bowl with the new ball?
I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if that's the case. Although historically or traditionally, this ground has seen some assistance for pacers as well, but given how they are preparing this pitch, not rolling it that much or not watering it that much, it is expected to be a dry surface. So I won't be surprised if India goes on to play four spinners, and considering Saransh can bat also, it will add that depth. But it will give more headaches to Shubman Gill as to how to properly, give all four spinners equal overs, and all of them would want to bowl with the newer ball and not with the older ball. So that's also going to be a big challenge for Shubman Gill. But let's see how it pans out. So that was it, I think, from the India Nets here at the SSC in Colombo. Tomorrow there's an optional practice session, a press conference, like the routine. We'll continue to give you all the coverage from here in Colombo and from other parts of the sporting world as well. So stay tuned to Revsportz. Like the video, share it with your friends. Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section below as well, about whom would you pick? Will it be Saransh Jain or Kuldeep Yadav? Drop your comments down below. And this 5 at 5 was powered by IDF First Bank. Thank you so much for watching.